words and dictionaries are closely related to each other. Here I would try to explain these two concepts as well as their interrelationship, because they are very important for second language learners in any context. Word is the most basic concept in morphology, and we could define word as a sequence of one or more morphemes which together can stand alone in the society or in a language, and they could convey a certain meaning intended by the speaker. When a word is used in a text or in a context, in a speech, we call it as a word token. However, when a word is used in its abstract form, this may be known as a lexeme. For example, a word live is a verb lexeme, and it conveys the core meanings involved in the words like living, lives, lived, etc. In most languages, dictionaries are organized around these lexemes instead of other forms of words, because they convey the basic meanings of various words. However, it's a debatable point that how much we could credit dictionaries with providing us the knowledge what a word is or how a word should be. So there has always been a debate about it. Because we know no dictionaries are free from the foibles or weaknesses of the lexicographers who produce them, and the problems of the societies in which they were produced. So both the dictionaries and the producers are not infallible. On the one hand, dictionaries do not list all the words which are used by the speakers of a language. Possibly it's a question of feasibility as well. It's not feasible to record all the words and then convert them into a dictionary form by explaining their clear meanings. At the same time, sometimes we have some funny or interesting or controversial entries into dictionaries. The words which have been used only once by an author and then they were never used could be found in some dictionaries. Mental lexicon is another point which is relevant here. It is, we know that dictionaries do not fix or codify the words of a language. Rather, it's the native speakers of the language who use the language, and dictionaries only record the uses made by native speakers. And mental lexicon could be seen as the total sum of word knowledge that a native speaker holds in his mind. So it's a mental lexicon which is the basic source of various dictionaries. And this knowledge which we are talking about as mental lexicon involves the knowledge of pronunciation, category, meaning, various syntactic properties, and also the knowledge of various situations a word would best fit in. All these information may be considered as mental lexicon. The average English-speaking 6-year-old kid probably would know 10,000 words according to some estimates, and a speaker of English language who is at the level of high school graduation, he would probably know 60,000 words of English. Mental lexicon is not organized alphabetically as dictionaries are organized. Rather, things are stored. However, there could be certain rules in that mental lexicon which help native speakers to organize their vocabulary, their understanding of the words, and help native speakers to understand the meanings of various words in relation to other words. If we talk about the entries of dictionaries, there could be two important kinds of words which deserve lexicographers or the producer of dictionaries attention. We have, according to Murray, we have two major forms of words which include core words and I roughly call them other words. Let's have a look at this picture. If you see, we got three terms in the center. We got common words, literary words, and colloquial words. And they are considered to be the core words. And according to Murray, they have to be included in a dictionary because there is a little dispute regarding the use or the acceptance of these words. However, the words you see around them or outside this inner circle are the words which are foreign, coming from other languages, then scientific words, which are highly technical words, and then slang or some dialectical words, which may be controversial and they deserve a thought before they are included in the dictionaries. Common words occur quite frequently and occur in most of the registers of English. For example, the words like mother, dog, walk, milk. Nobody would dispute their entries into a dictionary. Literary words are also important words. They are used in literary works, but they may not be used that frequently in daily conversation, but they are accepted as important words by the users of language. For example, we have the word omnipotent, which is not a frequent word for a daily use. We have colloquial words which are used more frequently in our spoken discourse, in streets, but they may not be used that frequently for formal conversations. As I said earlier, hardly anyone would dispute the inclusion of core words into a dictionary, but there is a test of judgment and a lot of thought probably would be involved before you think about including highly technical or some kind of slang words in a dictionary. So, and we could roughly call them uncommon words. So you need a thought before you decide about their fate in relation to their inclusion into a dictionary. It's very difficult to pin down all words of a language, especially a language which is as pervasive and as widespread as English language is. However, we still have healthy dictionaries of English language which provide us valuable knowledge about the words of English.